everybody, and welcome to Naturally Kim's Knitting. I'm Kim, and this is my podcast about knitting and life and family and whatever's going on. Today is May 16th, 2023, and this is episode 306. You can find me online on YouTube, Blogger, Facebook, and WordPress as Naturally Kim's Knitting. Then you can find me on I have to think on Ravelry as NapiersKnits, and then I have a Naturally Kim's Knitting podcast group. I'm sorry, I just woke up from a nap and I feel like I'm discombobulated. Then on Instagram, knitting_Kim. Okay, um, I'm an affiliate. Excuse me, with Michaels and with Knit Picks. So let me tell you what's going on. Yarn wise, Michaels is having a buy one, get one 50% off yarn sale. If I needed yarn for anything, I would get it on that price. They have some very nice yarn. Then on Knit Picks, they have their yarn sale, 20% off of gloss yarn, and then build your own yarn pack, which saves 10% or takes them 10% off when you buy 10 or more skeins. And then a care and blocking set that includes like your fiber wash and your blocking boards and pins and all that. So yeah, pretty good. I don't have the amount; they're off because each one's just a different sale price. So okay, now I mentioned that I have a Ravelry podcast group. Excuse me a minute. I'm going to do that just a little bit. And on that podcast group, I like to have craft alongs. And we have one going on almost continuously. It's called the Finished Object Craft Along. Guess what? That's exactly what it is. It's when you finish an object that you started after, I can get the dates right, after April 1st, and you finished it no later than May 31st, you can take a picture of it. You can enter it into the Ravelry thread for that item. I have to see. Did I ever make up a Ravelry thread for the other one? I don't know that I did. If not, I'll get in there and do it right after I do this podcast. I'm sorry, because I mentioned it last week. Anyways, take a picture of your item, post it under the correct thread, and then if there's a name, a pattern name, please put that. And then, yeah, and then you're entered for this round. Yeah, this one will end at the end of this month, which is coming up. And I will have random number generator. I closed the threads on June 1st. And then I have random number generator that come along, and I just spilled drink. And draw, or it picks two of the winners. There we go. I'm awake. My mind is unawake, I guess. Anyways, the winners can then choose between a $10 Knitpick gift card, a $10 Michael gift card, or any giftable pattern up to $10. And in addition to that, they can pick any pattern from the Mila's Knit Corner patterns. Now, and that's in addition to the other prizes. That's a little bonus prize. She has a very pretty patterns. And she's a very good friend. Okay. So what's going on right now? Well, we also have a crafting with lace for May and June of 2023. Same rules as the other one. Can you enter in the crafting with lace and then put it in the other one? Sure. If it applies to anybody else's craft alongs, you can enter in there. That's fine with me for any of these. Same rules, only this one ends on June 30th. The drawing's July 1st. Anyways. Okay. Oh, and after I announce the winners, Usually, if it's that day, I will send a email out. This time, um, the month started the next day, and so I just waited and announced the winners. Then gave them an extra day to um, get their prizes, and they did get them. So yeah, you'll have 2 weeks after I announce it, and then usually that's the 15th of the month. Like for this one, I gave until the 16th. Um, and then if you don't claim your prize, I'm sorry. You know, I would still go back in the hopper, but it doesn't really because these are in the air. I just have to have a deadline, or else I have people coming along whenever. What did I have in there? Oh, I was trying to think what I made that out of because that was before my nap. I had a little bit of jasmine tea in the bottom of my glass, and then I filled it with tangerine LaCroix, and that's pretty good. I just couldn't remember what it was. Okay, if any of you would like to, volunteer to sponsor a prize, or you have a prize in mind that you would like to give away, let me know, and we'll work something out. So, let's see. I don't have a coming up, since the lace one goes until June through June. I don't have a new one for next month or the next after the knitting with lace one. I do know what I'm talking about. I just don't sound like it. My mouth is working faster than my brain. I hope all you guys are settled back with your knitting and your tea or your drink. Anyways, okay, what am I working on? This is rather sad. I'm knitting away on this yesterday, and the puppy wanted to go outside and enjoy the sunshine. So I could have taken it out with me, but I didn't. This is where I was. I don't know if you can say it. Last week, and I have done all this knitting, and the sad. Why I say it's sad? I have that much bound off. I could have finished it. When I came back in, though, I was very much determined to work on one of Tag and Hilliard's designs. So Sunday being Mother's Day, I told my husband, we went out to eat, and when we came back, I said, I'm going to sit in this chair and I'm going to knit today. Well, I finished the other dress, except that it needs blocked. But I started. Let's see if I can get this stretched out enough. There's the little lacy part. It's kind of like little diamonds down a lace panel. You can't guess who this is for, can you? It's that size. So this would be Miss Elsie. I really want you to see that pattern because it is gorgeous. But I don't know. I thought the best I'm going to do is getting it up there. So yeah, I'll let you know the name of it after when I finish it. Yeah, because I have to check with Tyga if I can. She usually doesn't make them super secret or anything. So I have to check. I say I finished this. I just realized I put buttons on it yet. We're not going to go see my son and his wife until June, but that's okay. Ta-da. Like if somebody's wearing it. Look at it. Put our hand down. So I love this. And this is Ren. This is where I was last week. And I finished this off. And I made very good progress on the other dress. I'm doing one dress at a time. I'm signed up for 2 craft alongs with Taga. I know I'll get them both finished, but they call for the same size needle, and I thought, let's just do them one at a time. Less likely to get messed up. Start working on a pattern, then discover, oh no, I did it on the wrong pattern. I bent it on the wrong pattern. So, anyways, that's what I've worked on. Now, I do still have the 2 sweaters and the Afghan. I'm still afraid to pick up the Afghan because it's mighty heavy. And I don't know what. This is my chatty type. I'm always chatty, but I don't know what I did Sunday. And I asked my husband, he doesn't remember any either. But when I went to bed Sunday night, I woke up sometime in the middle of the night, could not get back to sleep. Now, this is going to sound weird, but since I've been off my Ambien, this has not been an issue. With Ambien, I always woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Couldn't get back to sleep. Well, this wasn't that. I don't know what woke me up. But from the time I woke up, where my surgery of my thumb and this finger, they hurt all the way up to my shoulder. I told my hubby, I hope that this isn't a sign my shoulder is thinking it get backed up because it can't. It can't. That's just the truth. It can't. So, anyways, yeah, so I had that Sunday night. Maybe it was from knitting too much. I don't know. But then I also went outside. Well, Sunday we went out to eat. We went to Texas Roadhouse. Texas Roadhouse, and they have a lot of steaks. My husband got a steak salad, and I got a half rack of ribs, knowing I'd bring it home and only have a quarter of it there. However, since it was Mother's Day, I told him there are no rules today. There's no such thing as calories today. So I got myself a piece of strawberry cheesecake, which they were so backlogged in the kitchen. We were ready to go. We had boxes for all the leftover foods, which we discovered we should have just got like 1 or 2 boxes and put them all in there because there's styrofoam and there's too much styrofoam that we ended up throwing away when we were done with our meals. So anyway, so I brought home my quarter of a rack of ribs and my and my cheesecake, my whole cheesecake. And that night for my supper, then I went back to my Nutrisystem meal, and then I had 2 bites of my cheesecake. It was so good. I finished everything yesterday. Yesterday for supper. That's right. I'm making supper tonight. I told my husband when we came home Sunday. I said, "Now I'm not cooking tomorrow. I'm having my ribs. You guys can have your leftovers." And he didn't remember that. And he came home last night. He goes, "You didn't cook?" I said, "I told you I wasn't going to." He goes, "Oh." So, anyways, we did get. Let's see. I got some lavender. I got 4 plants of lavender because I couldn't find any place where I could get just 1 or 2. The greenhouses were out. That was something else we did. So we planted my rosemary. We planted my 4 plants of lavender. Trying to think if I did my window boxes Saturday or Sunday, but I got my window boxes all done. And when we went to the greenhouse. This is funny because we had decided our front little flower bed. I like it, but it needs filled in every year. Even though we buy perennials, they die and don't come up. Don't know why. Don't know why. So we decided last year. I talked with Randy about it. I said, "Why don't we end up making this a rose bed?" He goes, "That sounds good." Okay. So we went and we bought 2 roses, but we did have a number of roses die this year along our house. And I assumed he was going to put one of them up front. And instead, he put them where the 2 dead ones were, which worked out because, like I said, it's not they were dead, but they were growing from below the graft, which means they would never bloom. So, all right. My puppy wants to go outside and spend time out in the sun. The allergies or pollen count is out of this world for the next 10 days. And then it was supposed to be for the rest of the summer. And boy, have I been feeling it. I don't know why the lighting is off today, but my eyes are. Yesterday, and there's something else. When I woke up, my hand and my arm were killing me. And my eyes were so swollen from going outside and helping plant the plants and all that. And yeah, then I woke up this morning after pretty much staying inside. I walked the doggy down the lane, of course, and then I tried to sit in my chair and read for a little bit, and I got tired, so I just went to sleep instead, knowing I hadn't slept well the night before. Wasn't out there very long, so I don't know if it wasn't long for Eddie Paula to get near me or what, but yeah, she wouldn't come in. I said, okay, we'll go in. So yeah, I wasn't out there very long, but that's okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, I have a milkweed plant on the way. We're trying to make a monarch sanctuary, and we bought 3 last year. Actually, what I could have done was told them that 2 of our plants did not survive, but I didn't think about that just this minute because we had 2 of them that just never did anything. So I told Randy, why don't we get just one milkweed plant, and we'll try to nurture it because we had 1 of the 3 last year that it's come back up this year. So it's so cool. You know me and my springtime flowers. I have lily of the valleys in bloom. My fruit trees are all done, but it's so cool to see the fruit set. You know, where the bees actually did their job. Not our bees. It'll be another year probably. We're not doing chickens this year either. Sorry, Rick. When you come up, we won't have either. Rick's my brother, and he wrote a comment about that. What is? See, my mind went to the comments because I wanted to tell Linda thank you too, because she had told me something about um, blood thinners that I didn't know. So it made sense. I never thought about it. So I talked about my flowers. My peonies are all getting ready to bloom. It's that time of year. If the pollen count wouldn't be so outrageous, I would have been outside, except for tutoring time in the morning, and I'd gone back out in the afternoon. But with pollen count, it just isn't enjoyable because I come in and if I don't take a shower right away or a bath, I get my eyes get all itchy again and no fun. So let's see. I did hear from my son on Mother's Day. Well, at 9 o'clock, I had gotten a text from my daughter-in-law saying Happy Mother's Day. So I told her, "I'll same to you, sweetheart." And I figured that was it. My son doesn't usually communicate with me, you know. I know Rachel's all behind the communications. So when he called me, I was tickled pink, and he was in the middle of I think he was preparing lunch for his wife and his beautiful daughter. So then as I'm saying goodbye to him, I realized I told him I love you, but then I didn't say anything about his wife or his granddaughter. So I said, I started saying, give him my love, and then he hung up. So he usually reads Randy's texts, and so I had Randy write a text saying, make sure to give, your wife and Elsie our love and kisses. And I did get a little comment. I took a picture of my cheesecake saying, this is my Mother's Day, and sent it to both him and my daughter. And then I heard my daughter sent me a text back saying Happy Mother's Day. And I tried to call them, but with the time difference, they would have been on their way to church at the time I called. So I didn't want to interrupt her driving because I did try calling the kids, but I'm assuming they have to keep their phone at home during church because they didn't answer. But Molly did tell me, Happy Mother's Day too. So my puppy is down here licking my hand. I didn't even have it. I had a Nutrisystem grilled chicken sandwich with Dijon mustard. Did eat that with my hands, yes. Cherry tomatoes, yes, ate those with my hands. Blueberries, yes, I ate those with my hands. So I don't know what she's after, but now she's gone to my feet and legs. You what, Jen? Hey, baby. She's not gonna let me put her on the camera. I know she won't. So Anyways, well, I think that's about it. I talked enough about. Oh, I should tell you about the Reds. You know, it has been baseball season for over a month, and they're doing okay. They're having a lot better year than last year. They started last year losing like 22 games in a row. Might have been more than that, but they never really came back to themselves. So they're getting better this year. They have almost an all new team. So I wasn't expecting greatness, but they're doing better than I thought they would. So, anyways, okay, now I think it's time. I hope all of you guys have a great week, and I hope all your craftiness is successful and you don't make any mistakes. But if you do, I hope they're little ones and they're easy to fix. I love you all. Big, big hugs. Take care. God bless. And I hope I'll see you next week. Bye bye.